Oh goodness, I'm sorry about that, guys. I'm back online. My computer decided to crash right at the start of the stream. Who would have guessed that would have happened? Um, so yeah, that's a thing. Interesting. I have to look into see what's going on. But like I was saying earlier, let me change this real quick. But like I was saying before my computer crashed, I wouldn't just mention it's been already a couple months since I last streamed um, the Final Fantasy XIV Realm Reborn, and I wanted to actually go back and use New Game Plus to basically kind of record all of the missed opportunities I did, I didn't do back when I was playing a Realm Reborn or the other expansions. So I wanted to stream this and record it so I can upload it to YouTube and just have something of a recording. And these are obviously going to be in parts. Right now, where I left off at is in the New Game Plus Part 2. So I'm going to try again to do this. Hopefully my computer doesn't crash again. And then we can get the show on the road. Just waiting on a cue right now. Once I do, we'll get started. And it shouldn't be too long. The cues are fairly short. See, I'm already in. So let's switch over. Bada beam, bada boom. Alright, so where we left off at was A Realm Reborn Part 2. So we're gonna resume that. And there we are. So we're gonna just keep on chugging along with the main story quest. And let's see what happens. Let's enjoy the ride, people. We Science have but one objective, to safeguard the future of Eorzea. Among our bravest concerns are the godlike beings known as the Primes. Long have we striven to find a lasting solution to the threat they pose. Oh, and it looks like I think my controller's dying. Give me 1 second, guys. Wow. What a time, huh? Charge. There you go. I know not what it is you desire for yourself, nor what it was that first brought you to Eorzea, but I firmly believe that the power we possess was given to us for a purpose. Pray consider this when you give me your answer, Miyuki. So we got, I will go whither the wild rose blooms. Yours is no small endeavor. The dangers are great. So let's go with, I will go whither the wild rose blooms. So Ophelia is waiting to hear whether or not you will pledge your support to the Science of the Seventh Dawn. I will accept.
I take it you will help us.
Yes.
Wonderful! I knew you wouldn't let us down.
Just double check, because I just noticed that, let me see, make sure that the audio is actually working, because if not, then I need to start over. Okay, okay. It's working. It's just slow. Okay, we're good. Sorry, I'll continue.
Forgive me for treating you as a stranger. I know you deserve better than this, considering all you've done for the realm. It remains unclear why no one remembers you. We can only assume that it is a consequence of the power that Louisoix invoked to save your life. But irrespective of the cause, know that whatever shroud has fallen upon people's memories, there will surely be a way to lift it. Thank you for understanding. But come, I would introduce you to your friends in the Order. Tell me, does the name Charlian ring any bells? It used to be one of Eorzea's 6 city-states, and was situated in the northwest of Aldenard. The Charlians were the keepers of wisdom both old and new. Their mastery over magic and ether was unsurpassed, and even the Garleans knew to fear them. Among their number, there were a noble few who devoted their lives to safeguarding the future of Eorzea. When the realm began its descent into chaos, and their countrymen fled for the motherland, they alone chose to remain here. These noble men and women were called the Archons. Those same brave souls stand before you now. The masked woman is Ida, and beside her is Popolimo. The two are charged with surveying the Twelveswood.
Hello there.
Welcome! I had every confidence that you would agree to help us.
Me too.
The voice acting's a little jarring still, compared to the other ones.
Okay, my turn to introduce someone. That there is Thancred.
He is our man here in Ul'dah, Jewel of the Desert.
Welcome to the team. If I may, the lovely maiden beside me is named Y'shtola. Limsa Lominsa has the pleasure of being under her care.
Greetings. Last but not least is Urianger, who presides over all affairs within these halls. Pray seek him out whenever you have questions.
Dawn may banish even the darkest night. The words of a dear friend. I'm glad of our meeting.
At the Battle of Carteneau, our leader was taken from us, but we did not stray from our purpose. We sought out Minfilia and others with her talent, and together established the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
Along with the Archons, those blessed with the Echo play a pivotal role in our endeavor to forge a brighter tomorrow for the realm. Oh, I should also introduce you to Tataru, our clerk. She ensures that everything runs smoothly.
That Drew's the best.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
And I still like her voice acting.
In time, I hope you will come to think of us as family. But without further ado, I would assign you your first task. Urianger, have the documents arrived from the students of Baldessian?
Aye, my lady. They arrived but recently.
We have received a request for aid from the Immortal Flames. Thancred, would you do the honors?
It would be my pleasure. Some days ago, a crystal caravan registered to Amagina & Sons mineral concern was waylaid and divested of its cargo. But there is more. Within a bell of the robbery, several people were reported missing from the shantytown outside the city.
At a glance, one would assume the involvement of bandits, kidnappers, and coincidence. Such crimes are hardly uncommon, and the Immortal Flames deal with their like almost every day. However, this time we have reason to believe that a primal is involved.
Aye, the evidence left behind implicates the Emolja, who are known worshippers of Ifrit. If we then consider the objects that were taken, there is no room left for doubt. The crimes were committed in the name of a primal.
That you may better understand the nature of our struggle with the primals, I would have you play the leading role in this investigation.
Got it.
You have my thanks. If there is aught you wish to know, I recommend you speak with Thancred. He is well versed in the affairs of Ulda.
Ever at your service, fair lady.
It's one of the ladies still. Don't ever change. Well, you did change, but hey, we'll wait until later for that. Alrighty, where are you? Think there you are. Ready to begin, are we? That's the spirit. So then, your mission is to investigate a crystal robbery and a spate of abductions, crimes which we believe to be connected. Assuming we are correct, it is like that any discoveries we make in relation to one will further our understanding of the other. Now, since the attacks on the caravan, our friends at Amagina & Sons Mineral Concern have doubled security over all their shipments. In light of this, it is my judgment that the abduction should be our priority. According to our preliminary findings, the majority of the missing were last seen in the vicinity of Camp Drybone, so that would seem a fine place to begin. A fellow by the name of Isambard serves as the camp's de facto leader. Pay him a visit and see what he gives us see if he gives us his full cooperation. All right. We're not gonna mince any words. We're just gonna go straight to Drybone. Camp Drybone. Won't spare you the long, arduous track to go over there by foot or by mount. Oh, there he is. Isambard. Hi, I'm Isambard, here to search for the missing folk, I take it. Nymphilia sent word that an adventurer fitting your description would be along. She also warned us to be wary of the Amalja. It seems we know who the culprits are at the very least. Now, I bear no official title at this camp, but the people here have come to look to me for leadership. You have my word that I'll do all I can to help see the victim safely return. Alright. Great. So Isambard of Camp Drybone is seeking help to solve a mystery of missing persons. Let us get right to it, then. Nymphilia names the Amalja culprits in all this. You would do well to investigate them first. Much harm has been levied on these lands by Amalja's hand. The flames burn where they might, but their light cannot stay the darkness in all places at all times. There have been brutal murders of callers at the Church of Saint Adama Landama. Innocents wishing no more than to pay their respects to the dead. Poor souls deserve a proper burial. I would see to the deed before mongrels cast their set, but I know not if the Amalja still linger. Would you secure their remains for me, friend? You will find them on the eastern road. 12 willing, you may even come to learn something of what the Amalja seek in this area. Alright. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's see. ripe course. And this is a fight. Hostile presence. Yep. Yamanja, of course. One shot. Easy peasy. That's one. That's two. And that's three. Wait, where'd he go? Oh, there he is. It is good to see you return. Were you able to secure the remains of our fallen? Yes. Ripe corpses. With the bodies given back proper to the earth, the souls will find their way across to the other side. You have done a noble deed to say. I thank you. Now then, what of the Amaljo? Did you see any? Surely such massive monstrosities as they cannot conceal their presence, much less take their quarry unawares. Ah, so they were Amaljo remaining after all. I feared as much. Their part in the lowborn disappearing is all but confirmed, but I sense there is more to this than meets the eye. The occasional Amaljo raiding party would not account for people going missing in these kinds of numbers. The total is too great, and the questions too many. It would not surprise me in the least to learn of another hand in this ruse. Countless travelers pass through Drybone every day, and even if there were one among them, how would we best discover who may be implicit in these vanishings? Part aims to turn this investigation to the common folk. What say we turn eye to the common folk themselves? It may be among them that we find the reasoning for these vanishings. 12 forbidden soul. There's a merchant by the name of Ungust who was born here in Drybone and grew up in the Molten Bazaar. A rough character, but he knows the people here better than anyone else. I'd wager he's at the end, laughing away the day's earnings. Here, I'll write a note for you to show him, else he's not like to speak to you. Yeah, because in this part of the story, I'm still a nobody technically. Well, at least to the common person. Now, where in the blue balls is he? Oh, is he inside? I think he's inside. No? Where is he? Oh, wait a minute. That's right. He's supposed to be in the inn. Yeah, there we go. Ungust, you unsavory bastard. Belch. Well, gods be damned. You're that bloody adventurer who threatened me back in Ulda. What in the seventh hell do you want with me now? The note, dear friend, Belch. Missing people, please help. Yours is embarked. Folk around here, as weary as they come, they'll turn tail and run if you do so much. If you so much as pass wind nearby. Played them all for fools and coaxed some hard labor out of them, I did. If anything, they're even more timid than before. What with all the disappearances, you can go talk to them yourself if you don't believe me. Alright, so let's go talk to them, because I don't believe you. There's a hungry beggar here. Please, miss, just leave me be. I have nothing to say but this. Thou take who or whatever's been feeding us. Blowfall. Okay. Petrified pauper. What do you want from me? I don't know anything, I swear. Please don't kill me. Well then. Get some very suspicious characters. Alright, Ungust, you've got some explaining to do. Just as I told you, wasn't it? The whole lot of them are terrified. There's been talk of folk getting abducted, but if you ask me, they simply up and moved on to a better place. This place isn't exactly close to the soul, if you know what I'm saying. No, it's not definitely close to the soul. Hey. Welcome back, you. Have you learned out of import? I see. I suppose I should have expected as much from Us. Well, another thought occurred to me in your absence. Common folk are nothing if not fervent in their religious beliefs. Perhaps if they speak freely to their gods, then the clergy may know something of use. Isambard would like you to learn what you can from the clergy. If we would know what the common folk speak of to the gods, we have no better place to ask than at the Church of Saint Lama. It is a small and humble church found to the northwest of here, and so long as you are headed there, might I ask you to deliver this embalmed corpse? Morbid request, I grant you, but it must be born to burial, and I trust none more than you to see it done. Wow, I can't talk tonight. Seek out a man named Marquise. He tends the graves of the Lynchia. He will tell you where the body is to be interred. This is morbid stuff, buddy. But okay. There's the burials and the church. Marquise. Hey, Marquise. I am Marquise, yes. Body? Of course. There have been so many bodies of late. I apologize, miss. If you seek a place of burial, then there is an empty grave atop the ridge. Take the path and lay him to rest there. Okay. I'm guessing it's through here. May they all walk in Thal's realm. What? Missing people? I'm afraid I cannot help you. But maybe Sister Orson can. She has been kind to everyone. Everyone has been so kind. I don't know why, though. Pardon me. You'll have to find Sister Orson within the church walls. Okay. Orson, hey. I hear you have done us the service of burying a fallen soul. Please accept our gratitude and extend it to Isambard when you next see him. You seek knowledge of missing tribal inhabitants? It is true I am closer to the people than any other of the Order. I confide in them, and they in me. When they wish to speak to their keeper, Thal, I am the medium through which they do. Should I learn anything pertinent, I will be sure to share the information with you. I only wish Marquise would be more helpful in the matter. I pray he did nothing to offend. He saw terrible things during the calamity. His scars run deep. Indeed, he seems to now prefer the company of the dead over the living. While tragic, I fear such behavior ill befits the church. I received word not long ago that one of our recent visitors, a man called Thancred, I believe, took offense to his conduct. I must have words with Marquise soon. Oh. Interesting. What is this Marquise fellow? Well, for now, we return back to Isambard. And away we go! Thank you, Miyuki. Burial is no easy thing, even when the departed is a stranger. Were you able to learn aught of the missing Comerful? You've been keeping yourself rather busy of late, haven't you, Miyuki? Oh, that's Thancred. A pleasure, my dear Isambard. Name's Thancred, and I share a passion with you and our mutual friend here for learning what has become of these missing persons and why. I too spoke with Ungust more times than I care to count. There seems to be some truth to this notion of the Comerful speaking their secrets only to those in the service of the gods. Prostration, prayer, penance, abject deeds done behind closed doors, away from prying eyes. Who better to take the pious unawares than she who takes confession? Good sister Orison herself? Orison? She wouldn't. She couldn't. Even the most beautiful roses have thorns, my friend, and you would be wise to keep an eye on to this rose. Still, the Leech Keeper Marquise, I'd swear to the 12 I've seen that face elsewhere before. Yeah, he's a mysterious fellow. Alright. Isambard is concerned about the questions surrounding Sister Orison's integrity. Sister Orison? It cannot be. Though she is wont to travel to the Golden Bazaar on her own, and it is not uncommon to see her speaking to the children. But no, it could not be she. Could it? I grew wary of these suspicions. I know there is one child in particular that she is fond of. Pray seek out the boy, Miyuki, and see if you could not glean something from him about Orison's activities. Alright, where's the boy? Is he here? Oh, looks like I gotta travel further north? Oh, to the Golden Bazaar. Okay. And away we go! So usually when you start out playing the game, you would walk all through this. You get a mount around level 15 or 20, I think. So that kind of helps. But it's a lot of walking. I don't know. It's just a lot of walking. Uncombed urchin. Please help. Sister Orison went out all on her own and hasn't come back. She always reads to me right here about Thal and the Order and the other side. I told her I lost my shiny thing and she went looking for it. But what if the monsters outside hurt her? Please find her. Okay. So she's in trouble. Let's go find her. I smell something afoot. Oh no. Let's help out. Hostile person, rotting pikeman and a rotting mage. And that's how you do it, folks. You're the one from the church. Thank goodness you arrived when you did. It seems my gratitude is yours yet again. You spoke with the child? Yes, well, I was able to find his lost trinket. His ring given him by his mother before she passed. I will see it safely back to him. I guess we have to make our... Oh, wow. Yeah, we have to make our way back. Oh, yeah. Now we make our way back to Tribone. Sister Orison was attacked outside the Golden Bazaar? Gods forfend. I will secure a room at the inn for her should she require any rest. Searching for the mementos of Orphan and risking her own well-being in doing, no less. Certainly not the dastardly deeds Thancred would have us believe. He's right about that. southeast. I pray the two of you are able to uncover some evidence regarding these disappearances. Alright. Let's see what Thancredis has found. Should be. Oh, there he is. Hiding. Yo, Thancred. Ah, there you are, Miyuki. So good of you to come. Indeed, I have heard all about the good Sister Orson. Isambard said her wounds were serious. It would seem my suspicions about the poor Rose were misplaced. But false though they were, perhaps my suspicions were not entirely without merit. While following Sister Orson near the Golden Bazaar, a band of Amalgam caught my eye. I tracked them as far as this encampment, but, well, let's just say that I would much prefer to keep my distance right here. This, of course, brings me to why I'm requesting you here. Would you be so kind just to take a look inside? So you won't take a look inside, but little me will. If you say so. So, as you can see, these are aggro. So if you're at a near their level, they will definitely aggro you. Luckily, they are spaced out, so you should be able to handle them one by one. If you're a tank, you can just face tank. Alright. So I've got the clear what? Clear message. Clear no. Clear something. If it's clear, it's gotta be a rainbow. It's gotta be a rainbow. Right? Leaflet. This leaflet. See the wealth of known to the hands of your children. It looks to be some sort of assemblage to provide more work. The lettering, though, atrocious, is it not? And these bits about Nalthal seem somewhat less than studied. I find it hard to believe one among the order of pendants. Camp Drybone. Let us see what Sister Orson makes of it. Let's see what she says. Wait. Oh, that's right. She's inside. I forgot. She is in one of these rooms. Is this here? Yeah, there we go. Lumber. No. Aha! Found it! Thank you. What say you? Now, let's see what Sister Orson thinks of this leaflet. My savior comes again. To what do I owe the honor this day? This weird leaflet. Please explain. What is this? Blasphemous. These are not our teachings at all. This was not made by any true brother or sister of the order. Of that, I can assure you. Come to think of it, weeks ago, the church was plagued by missing garments. Could someone be posing as a priest of the order to deceive the people? So the plot thickens. And he says exactly what I said. The plot thickens, Miyuki. Our culprit pretends to be a priest to lend credence to his deception. There is no doubt an irony is in there somewhere. But I suspect we have a worthy adversary in our hands. I shall consider how best to handle this. For now, tell Isambard what we have learned here. Okay, let's do that. Choco butt. Sorry. Posing as a priest? To think. These troubling notions aside, it is gratifying to finally be able to move this investigation forward. Thank you again, Miyuki. I shall keep my ears and eyes open, now more than ever. Rest to deceive. Isambard wants to help you identify and apprehend the false priest. Cutscene. Maybe. I'm afraid I have not seen any unusual activity, nor have any at this camp given me cause to doubt them. But unless we can identify the culprit, and soon, more innocents will fall victim. Do not despair just yet, my friend. An idea occurs to me. Our suspect has been posing as a priest, using leaflets bearing false promises to lure the poor. Let Miyuki and me serve like by posing as impoverished souls in need of succor. Yeah, succor. Sucker. Alright. I dare to hope that this will yield us the answers we seek. It will be a dangerous undertaking, but you two are more than capable of looking after yourselves. I'm next to useless in battle, but I can supply the garments for the disguise. These old tunics and slops should serve your needs, so long as you don't mind the smell and the stains. These will serve very well. You have my thanks. Listen, Miyuki, so as to lay the foundation for our little ploy, we must make it widely known that more vagrants have arrived at camp and are desperate for more. To this end, I want you to don the old garments Isambard has lent us and beg for work around the camp. Before long, the false priest should catch wind and approach us. Okay. I think I may have to wear them. I think I may have to, right? Obtain weather tunic. Oh, yeah. I have to dress like a beggar. Weathered. And weathered. There we go. Let's go begging. I preach the teachings of Azema, the warden. Hast thou come to partake of the honey of wisdom? Azema is keeper of the sun and goddess of inquiry. All is laid bare beneath the light of her divine countenance. Open thy heart to this light, needy child, and thou shalt want for naught till the end of days. Okay, that's wait, is there one inside? Oh yeah, there is. Greetings, good madam. Is there autumn I met a sister with? Oh, I don't believe there is. I'm afraid our wares are very expensive. Mayhap you should rejoin your fellows out at the pond north of Sandgate. Okay. More. Where? There? Over here? I keep forgetting where the other ones are. Alright, well, I know there's one right over there across, so let's visit him. And you are? Another refugee, by the looks of you. You mortal flames have neither work nor coin for your like. Be gone, and see to it you don't make a nuisance of yourself. And I think one here. Oh, yep, found it. I'll those petals then. And I was about to get to the good part. Looking for work, you say? Sorry, but we don't have any openings. Now get out of here so I can finish my story. Aren't you peachy? Oh, found the other one. Gotta climb up some stairs. Because, you know, I'm a beggar. I ain't got coin. Got something. What is it? God, it's not again. Look, being poor doesn't give you the right to pester whoever you like. Why don't you keep with your own kind out by that muddy pond of yours at Dry Bone? Muddy pond at Dry Bone. Interesting. You have quite a knack for being a nuisance, Moody. The camp is abuzz with talk of newly arrived vagrants. And though we were unable to attract a wayward transgressor, we were able to learn that the poor have a commune by the pond north of Sengate, to the east of here. The eyes of the authorities do not reach that place, rather ideal for spiriting away hapless souls. Let us go there and wait for the kindly priest to come and offer us aid and comfort. Needless to say, you'll need to remain in disguise. Great. I have to keep this for a bit longer. Not ideal, but okay. I'll take it. Where's the pond? Should be right here. Oh, there's the pond. Fine day for catching false priests, would you say? You look absolutely smashing, Miyuki. Smashing. Positively dressed for deception. All that's left then is to wait for a query to appear. Oh, you poor unfortunate souls. This is no way for men to live. No way at all. Who are you? What do you want? Be at ease, child, for I mean you no harm. I am a priest of the Order of Nonthal, and I come to offer you succor. This leaflet bears the teachings of Null. Trust to them, and they will surely set you free from the shackles of Minuri. Tempting offer, but I'm afraid I must decline. On account of that atrocious performance, you would have me made God-off murmur, August. What? How did you know? You bastard tricked me. Please don't hurt me. I was only doing it to protect my people. Is that so? Do continue. Very well. I'm a man of the Golden Bazaar. Raised there, if not born. Some moons ago, the Amaja raids began. They would appear sudden as a sandstorm and plundered the village at will. Our defenders couldn't stand against them, few as they were. Everyone lived in fear. I wanted to save my people, but being a merchant was all I knew. And so I did the only thing a merchant could. I approached the Amaja in hopes of brokering a deal. In return for sparing the Golden Bazaar, they made demands. Outrageous ones. Demands? Of what kind, pray tell? First of all, they wanted to schedule for crystal shipments from the Nanawa mines. For this, I bribed one of the workers to leak me the information. Next, they wanted me to bring them people. So I posed as a priest to lure in the vulnerable and give them over to the Amaja. I didn't have a choice. Protecting one's home is a noble thing, but at the cost of innocence. You could have sought the aid of the immortal frames, yet you did not. I suspect you're not telling me the full story. What made you sell your own people? Speak! It's good. What did you say? The coin was good, I said. I could sell mole meat for a score of lifetimes and not see a fraction of what the Amaja pay me. You sacrificed innocence so that you could line your own pockets? Words fail to express the contempt I feel for you. Spare me your contempt. If you want to blame someone for the mess the world's in, then blame yourselves for the gods. Nope, where are you going? I don't think so, buddy. Ha, not you again. Were you the one leaking the Immortal Flame patrol routes to the enemy as well? Spit it out. No, I know nothing about that, I swear. At this stage, I'm rather disinclined to believe that leaves your mouth, but no matter. There'll be enough time to learn the truth. Miyuki, be a dear and take word of these developments in Minfilia, would you? I shall price everything I can of this filth. The abductees are still somewhere out there. Our foremost priority is to rescue them. So back the way stands. Where is it right now? Oh, right. Right. They really need an aetherite for the Waking Sands. It's like you spent a bunch of your time at the beginning of the game going back to the Waking Sands. Literally. That's why there's a meme about it. Go back to the Waking Sands. Everything, go back to the Waking Sands. It's like, wow. Hindsight, literally hindsight of not creating an aetherite close to the Waking Sands. And trust me, it won't be the last time you see Prey return to the Waking Sands. Welcome back, Miyuki. I am pleased that you and Thancred have been getting along. I see. You have done well to uncover the truth. My thanks for the report. As Thancred said, we must ascertain where the abducted were taken, and none but the Amandjan know the answer. Suffice it to say, they will not willingly part with this information. I fear blood will be spilled before all is said and done. Life, materia, and everything. Minfilia would like you to meet a distinguished individual. Though we seek a peaceful solution to the primal problem, we must needs be ready to fight for our cause. That you may take to the field suitably prepared, I would have you meet with a goblin acquaintance of mine. His name is Mutamix Bubblybots, and he is a scholar of no small repute. Mutamix is renowned for having introduced a revolutionary method of enhancing equipment to Eorzea. The knowledge of this method was once a closely guarded secret, but thanks to Mutamix and his students, it has now been disseminated to the great benefit of the realm. It would serve you well to acquire an understanding of the process. For this purpose, I shall lend you a blade. Take it to Mutamix and bid him to use it to demonstrate his craft to you. Mutamix is ever to be found at his camp in central Thenel, a place known as the Bonfire. Look for a pillar of smoke, and the way will become clear. Yeah, I forgot about that. Alright, so let's go here. And make our way to Mutamix Bubbly Pots. Mutamix bubbly pots. Please, Uplander, come to 10th ring of Mutamix bubbly pots. Billy's dagger. Fighting tool drinks in airy self. When full of airy self, fighting tool changes to stony shine. Name of materia. Materia joined with other fighting tool. Then big eyes, fighting tool gains power of airy self. Mutamix is reckoning that Uplander is friend of Minfilia. I think so, yeah. Yes, tongue flaps reach ears of Mutamix with fastness. Minfilia wants Uplander to single power materia. Uplander brings fighting tool to Mutamix, yes. Here it is. Fighting tool is unstrong as eating tool. Make good teaching, show of power of materia. Materia master. Now, eyes of Uplander point at fighting tool, yes? Materia join with fighting tool. And voila, fighting tool gains power of materia. Fighting tool reborn. Here, Uplander, take fighting tool to Minfilia. Materia, strictly speaking, is a kind of crystal. It is created by drawing out the etheric constituents from a piece of equipment and then crystallizing it. Not just any old equipment will serve, mind you. It must have sufficient spirit bond. That being a measure of how fully an item has been imbued with its own spirit. When ye attach a piece of materia to gear, ye imbue the host item with its power. That's how Master Mutamix turned that dagger of yours from somewhat as would have struggled to cut stick into a weapon worth wielding. Uplander wishes to be joiner of materia? Then Uplander best fill brain case with knowings of crafty making. With knowing of crafty making, Uplander can become joiner of materia. If Uplander wants brain case to rattle with knowings of materia, Uplander best trade tongue flaps with learning ones of Mutamix. Their language is definitely unique. Okay. I'm done with you folks. Wait. Travel teleport. Deliver materia enhanced to Minfilia. Back we go. Yeah, so as you can see, there are parts to the story. It keeps going, and there's little small breaks, and then of course this part is kind of like, hey, you need to know about materia because you're gonna need it for later. Not necessarily now, but materia is kind of like endgame stuff, but you get to learn it early. Back, Miyuki. I trust your visit to the bonfire proved fruitful. Yes. Materia enhanced dagger. Ah, what a remarkable difference a single piece of material can make. Granted, the skills needed to manipulate the substance are not easily acquired, but one need only look upon the results to realize such efforts are worthwhile. As I'm sure you're aware, the quality of one's equipment can be the difference between victory and defeat. Material may well give you the edge you need, Miyuki, so make it your ally. Now, it is time we discuss the matter of your next mission. Pray speak with me when you are ready to begin. I think this is the next, yeah, from 19 to 20, so if you have like a little gap in level, then you would have to level up. Minfilia would like you, Lord of the Inferno, Minfilia would like you to assist the Immortal Flames. Now it gets good, spicy good. Word has arrived from Thancred concerning our ongoing investigation. It appears he was able to extract some information from our friend August, the false priest. He revealed that he is due to meet with the Amalja to discuss their dealings. The Immortal Flames believe that the meeting will present an ideal opportunity to ambush and capture the Amalja responsible for the abductions, so they mean to have August attend as planned. As the Amalja are anticipated to offer fear resistance, the Immortal Flames have requested our support. I would have you to provide it to them, Miyuki. Thancred is presently attending to another matter, but will join you as soon as he's able. Until such time as he does, you will be the Scion's sole representative on the ground. Before he left, he bade me to tell you to do the same sum for him. Such is his confidence in you. Confidence I share. When you have made ready, pray take yourself to Camp Drybone and report to the Flame Sergeant leading the mission. May you walk in the light of the crystal. Lally ho, make haste! Camp Drybone. Definitely down. Confused. Hold on. Definitely tell me it's down. Hold on, guys. I'm a bit lost. Can you believe that? I'm lost. Alright, so it's gotta be here. Oh, yeah, I'm a dum-dum. It's here. Okay, yeah. So, I'm gonna take a small, quick minute break, to get some, something to drink, and maybe some snacks, and then we're gonna resume this. So I'll just leave it here, and I shall return. Be right back. Alright, I am back. Sorry for the long wait. Let us continue. Ah, you're Miyuki Kazumi of the Science. My thanks for coming, friend. We're stronger for your assistance. Allow me to brief you on our mission. Our objective is to capture Amalja and prize from them the whereabouts of the abductees. The lizardmen aren't aware of their are unaware that their man, Mungus, has been exposed. When they come to the rendezvous point to meet the traitor, he will spring the trap. Owing to the clandestine nature of the mission, we can deploy only a small contingent. Every member must count, and so we requested the aid of the science. Rendezvous will take place at the Invisible City. Please make your way there in lying wait. We stand to learn much and more from the Imagine plot. If the mission succeeds, you people. Let us make sure it does. Alright. Let's make this happen. The Invisible City. Alright. Not sure what's so invisible about it. Oh, because it's not there. Ha! I remember doing this when I was around this level, and there's like so many of these that that you often would be here, but you would still get attacked because they can see through walls. It was like super annoying. Alright, so duty calls Lord of the Inferno is gonna be good, guys. Level sync is in effect. You are about to oh yeah, above the maximum level 14, so you're gonna be synced to level 14. Our man is in position, sir. weapon, or your comrade's dead man. Behind you! And I go asleep. Bringer. The rest of you, march. Traitorous scum. It should get more interesting. Yeah. Funny. I wake up, but I'm the only one that's not tied. I fear the Imaja mean to give us to the gods an offering. If I must die, then let me die as a soldier's death, with steel in hand. A bowl of embers now accessible. I really wish that I could skip it, but sadly, I can't. I can't skip it. Luckily, I'm a tank. There's a lot of like new players that maybe. Oh no. Maybe it might be short. Let's find out. In the meantime, I'm gonna eat some snacks. That guy's new. New paladin. New dragoon there. That's away. I wonder. Hold on. Let me just check on something real quick. Because the level is so low. Hold on. Can I do an undersized party? And will it still count? Size party. Okay. No. Let's fight. But I didn't get any of the cutscenes. Well, let's find out. interesting. It's funny. So I don't think I got the cutscenes that I thought I would get. Other settings. Getting where Oh, there it is. Cut back. Skip playback of previously viewed scenario cutscenes. That's why. Oh man, I am sorry guys. Oh well. Ah, there you are, Miyuki. Come, rest a while. You will have no better opportunity after witnessing the gods' ignominious defeat. Yamato will be less inclined to risk a wrath for a time at least. Now where were we? Ah yes, I was in the process of apologizing. I do hope you can forgive me. I arrived too late to be of use to you or the abductees. It may be a whole body with the synchronicity from one's man's temper. Ah, but it suits me to dwell negative amidst all our misfortunes. There's still some reason to rejoice if it is slain and by your hand. That is indeed of no ordinary individual, Miyuki. Not that I ever thought you were ordinary. On the contrary, I have long suspected that you have intended to shape the fate of this realm. What can I say? My fine eye for town remains unnamed. You say that we proud beyond all reckoning when she hears your deeds. I trust you shan't object to my bearing the tidings. Oh, to my bearing this paper. That way I can claim to have contributed something to the mission. You, meanwhile, you have earned yourself rest. Take some time to relax and return to the waking sands. I will see, told you. And return to the waking sands when you're good and ready. We can discuss matters in more details then. Just don't take too long, will you? The realm's problem won't solve themselves. Alright, so I'm gonna try to, let's see here. I'm gonna go back to the waking sands, but, let me try something first. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna try it again as Underparty and see if it plays out. If it doesn't, then I'll go to the end. What sorcerer do you assist my master's will? Could it be your soul already belongs to another? Yes, that is the only explanation. Forsooth, that frail mortal frame can serve as vessel to the blessing of but one. Yet I smell not the taint of another upon thee. The truth of thine allegiance waxeth clear. Wakeseth? Ugh. Thou art of the goddess blessed number, the paragons worn of thine abhorred kind. Thine existence is not to be suffered. Pray forgive my lateness. It was delayed by a congregation of Amanja's zealots. I swear each seemed more evangelical than the last. Persistent bots. So that was the mighty Ifrit near Antolskeva. And what a disappointment he was. Readings are nowhere near what I had anticipated, even taking old dust interference into account. You should know better than to rely upon a 5-year-old data left by the 7th Legion. Nor can we expect any form of support from the motherland given the troubles are at court. We have only ourselves to rely upon. Never the pessimist, my dear Libby. Promise me you'll never change. We've wasted enough time here. The meter of yours is too old to give any reading worth a damn. Not that it was worth a damn for it to read, but I take your point. I suppose we must content ourselves with the knowledge that we've achieved our primary objective. Yet I find that I am troubled by that adventure's unexpected show of strength. Does such a foe prove a hindrance to our plans? Perhaps, but that is a consideration for another time. You have been given a task. That is your priority. I suggest you treat it as such. Fail to do so. Fail to do as my lord commands, and I will spare him the trouble of punishing you. With allies like that, beware of woman love. I shall need to be on my best behavior. The plot thickens even more. Okay, now we can go back to the Waking Sands. Luckily, I didn't have to travel to the inn to actually see those cutscenes again. I did say that, there was gonna be a bunch of they returned back to the Walking Sands. A lot. Has no understatement really. It really is a lot of back and forth going to the Waking Sands and all that stuff. The meme is real. Returns. Tancred told us the news upon his arrival. He's presently in the solar, giving his full report to Lady Minfilia. You should join them at once. Lady Minfilia is most eager to see you. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be some cutscenes. My late arrival nearly cost Miyuki her life. I wasn't there when the Amaja took her prisoner. And I wasn't there when they served her to Ifrit. Yet by some miracle she survived. That does not excuse the fact that she should never have to face such dangers alone. I failed her utterly. Just as I'm failing you all. Aw. What done is done, Tancred. You can now blame yourself for every... And I come in. Hello. Miyuki, it is good to see you again. Impeccable timing, my friend. I had just finished regaling Minfilia with your heroic exploits. Tancred has told me everything. You have done well to return to us. The perils you faced were undeniably great, yet part of me believes that I had no cause to fear, and now we can put paid to our long investigation. As we suspected, the Amanjas undertaking both the robbery and the abductions with the aim of summoning their primal Ifrit. Nor is his tale limited to Ul'dah. Similar incidents have been rife in both Limsa Lominsa and Gridania of late. I dare say you've been caught curious as to how these crimes are linked to the primals. Permit me to explain. Having manifested in the physical realm, primals must consume ether if they are to maintain their presence here. And the stronger they become, the more aetheryte they require. Now, ether exists throughout creation. It flows through all life and permeates the very air we breathe. Alas, this alone will not suffice to sustain the likes of Ifrit. Nay, he and his kind require a more concentrated source of ether, crystals. It is for this reason that incidents involving crystals can often be traced back to the primal. Which leaves us with the why of the abductions. To understand this, you must first understand how primals are born. When all is well with the world, primals possess no physical form. Their essence is dispersed across the great river of ether. However, when the world is plunged into chaos, those who worship the primals cry out to their gods for deliverance from suffering. These cries serve as a beacon towards which a primal's essence is irresistibly drawn. It is this coming together, or etheric coalescence, which grants the being's physical form. Once born, a primal gains strength from its followers' worship. The more numerous and fervent they are, the more powerful their god becomes. But the primals are seldom satisfied with such reverence as their adherents freely give, and in order to gain more power, they do not scruple to create followers. They do this by tempering mortals, a process to which you yourself were subjected. Yet even if it took your comrade in his thrall, you alone remained unaffected. This is thanks to the power you possess, the echo. We know not why of it, but those blessed with the echo are immune to primal influence. It is as though a greater power protects us. When first you came to us, I told you that the echo would be instrumental in dealing with the primal threat. I trust you now begin to see why. Recent incidents all share a common trait: meticulous planning. Such elaborate designs are a new development, and one which fills me with an unshakable sense of foreboding. While I share your concern, my presiding feeling is one of relief at your safe return. The immortal flames assured me that they will deal with the aftermath, so you need not concern yourself with that. We may rest easy for a time. I suggest you take full advantage of the respite, Miyuki. You may be sure it won't last long. Once the people learn the identity of the hero who failed Ifrit, I fear you will have nary a moment to yourself. Whether she intended to or no, Minfilia neglected to tell you something. Something I think it would best you heard from one of us. It concerns the tempered abductees that were rescued. I started to report that all are to be put to death, the flames with whom you were imprisoned included. Needless to say, this information must not be made known to the public. I swear to you that we would not do this if there were any other recourse. But once a man is tempered, he is tempered for life. His very existence lends strength to the primal whom he cannot choose but worship. And so we silence continue to fight, that no more innocent need to be sacrificed. I hope that you will continue to stand with us, Miyuki. But I should be going. I must offer my apologies to the Flame General for the losses his people suffered. Until next time. Gods forgive me. How many more lives? Louisoix would never have allowed this to happen. I have to do better. I have to be stronger. Poor Thancred. He really took this to heart. Alright. Next one is Here in the Making. Minfilia is wearing a wry smile. You might very long ago, you were but one of the many adventurers seeking to make their way to Eorzea. But for your character and courage, you were raised to the esteemed post of envoy. Thereafter, you traveled the realm, aiding those in need without thought of reward, confirming to Ida and Papalimo that the Scions would benefit from your aid. And no sooner had you joined us that you personally bested the primal effort. Or darling. Wish it was voiced. You have achieved a great deal in a short time, and won fame in doing so. Alas, fame does not come without a price, as soon you will discover. We have guests, Miyuki. Or rather, you have guests. Huh? Beg pardons. Let him feel you. Radiant as always. I am given to understand that the Scion and Seventh Dawn have recently welcomed a new hero into their midst. I am here on behalf of the Maelstrom, brand company of Limbs and Lominza, to offer said hero a place of honor within our ranks. As you can see, Miyuki, your recent exploits have garnered you the attention of the grand companies of Eorzea. Each organization would have Ifrit's Bane for its own. To this end, all three have sent officers to court you. Court me. Okay. They would not ordinarily go to such lengths to enlist a new recruit. That they have is evidence of their high regard for you. I found myself wondering how word of Miyuki's deed spread so quickly. The Immortal Flame should know of her triumph is to be expected, but what of the other grand companies? Yeep. Satoru, what'd you do? Your reputation precedes you, Mistress Kizu. There's no other ordinary woman who can face a primal and emerge victor. Imagine our pride when we learn that you began your journey as an adventurer in our own Gridania. Know that the people hold you in high esteem, always be welcome among us. The Order of the Twin Adder has need of a valiant woman such as you. Join your strength to ours, friend. Together let us ensure that peace ever reigns over the 12th Wood. What a pleasure it is to finally meet you, Mistress Kasumi. My comrades speak of you in the most glowing terms. A woman of your talent belongs with the Immortal Flames. Join your strength to ours, friend. And together let us secure a prosperous future for Olda. The Admiral was not exaggerating when she said you had the look of a hero. Full often does she speak of you, friend. It is only natural that we should want you for the Maelstrom. Join your strength to ours, and together let us see the grand vessel Limbs Salaminsa to the shores of glory. Oh my. Minfilia? Very well. Though I'm quite sure you need no reminding, may I have a brief summary of the situation would help to clarify your thoughts on this matter. As you know, the grand companies are all encompassing organizations empowered to call upon the martial, economic, and technological resources of their respective city-states in time of strife. There are presently three such organizations in Eorzea: Maelstrom of Limbs Lominza, the Order of the Twin Adder of Gridania, and the Immortal Flames of Ul'dah. Serving a grand company means serving the nation to which it belongs. You will be charged with its defense and tasked with advancing its cause. In return for your faithful service, you will be furnished with various rewards, some of which may well prove useful to you in your other endeavors. If you're agonizing over which of the grand companies best deserves your loyalty, be at ease. The commitment you make this day need not be permanent. Should you wish to shift your allegiance at a later date, you are entitled to do so. And yet, I concede that it is no small choice you face. A thought occurred to me. You will of course recall that the three city-states are planning to hold remembrance services. Well, as part of the proceedings, I am given to understand that the leaders of each grand company will deliver an address. Hearing these addresses ought to help you make an informed decision. What say you, my dear officers? Fine suggestion. You are as wise as you are beautiful, milady. Hitting Amphilia, eh? Very well, let Miyuki hear our leader speak, then return here with her decision. We eagerly await your answer. I know full well that adventurers are by their nature a liberty-loving breed, and not best suited to the discipline of military service, but I strongly urge you to join a grand company nonetheless. While the promise of reward is enticing in itself, it is not the only benefit. You are possessed of great power, Miyuki, and with it, you are capable of doing untold good. Yet know that great power is wont to attract attention. Not all of it is friendly. There will be those who wish you ill, and you must needs be on the lookout for them. Yet, however vigilant you are but one woman. In the midst of a grand company, however, you will be one woman amongst many, a friend among friends. Your achievements will be shared, and so will the danger. I can think of no better arrangement. Of course, joining one organization need not mean leaving another. I hope that we can continue to rely upon your aid. 12 know that we will have a need of it in the days ahead. Grand companies seek to protect their own nations. We Scions, on the other hand, seek to preserve the future of Eorzea as a whole. Similar, yet not quite the same. Now then, I expect you will be afield more often in the future. As such, I would have you carry this link pearl with you at all times. It will allow us to stay in touch regardless of location. Eorzea is changing, Miyuki. You have the power to help shape it anew. None can say what tomorrow will bring, but so long as we believe in ourselves, there is naught we can achieve. Now it is time you made ready for your journey. Before you depart, be sure to speak to Tataru. She will praise you as to where and when the remembrance services are due to take place. Give me more cutscenes with voices so I can stop talking. Goodness gracious, I need a break of that. Let's go to Tataru. She's out here, if I recall. Yep, there she is. Tataru. I'm sorry about all the attention you're getting, Yuki. I might have sung your praises a little too loudly, and often, to a few too many people. Next time, I'll be sure to hold my tongue. Literally, if necessary. Anyway, I expect you want to know where and when the remembrance services are taking place. If all goes to plan, Britannia's Grand Company, the Twin Adder, the Order of the Twin Adder, will hold the first of the 3 services, and the Elder Sincere Kane Senna will deliver her address at Miketo's Amphitheater. I should probably mention at this point that due to the organizational challenge involved in assembling all of the parties, it's possible that the order of the services might change. Still, there's not much we can do about that, so make Britannia the first port of call. Next you'll need to go to Onda, where Flame General Roban Alden will be addressing the masses at the Royal Promenade. Oh, and it's rumored there will be a special guest. How exciting! Last but not least, you will make your way to the stateroom in Limsa, where Maelstrom Chief Admiral Merwid Bolswin will be given her address. The room is accessible via the Admiral's lift. record of impeccable timing and luck, the schedule may well change in favor of your preferred travel plans. Farewell. Let's do this. Please give me cutscenes where there's dialogue, voice dialogue, so I can rest a bit. These loading times are atrocious. Alright. Get those everything. Let's start this, come on.
I lost my son to the calamity.
Oh, thank God.
Seed seers are all together.
Some say you couldn't take a step without stumbling over a body.
Our forebears were once strangers in the Twelveswood. Fearful of the green wrath, they hid themselves in the dark recesses of the earth. Yet they dreamed of basking in the dappled sunlight of the forest. Through great effort, they proved their worth to the elementals, and were granted a place beneath the boughs. So it was that Gridania was born, some 5 centuries ago. Working hand in hand, the Hyur and the Elysian settlers sowed the seeds of our civilization, and soon they were joined by folk of all races. So nourished by the waters of unity, and blessed by the light of the matron, Gridania flourished into the great nation it is today.
Do you see the Gridanian standard? There, hanging behind the Elder Seedseer. The entwined serpents represent the unity between Hyur and Elysian. An elegant symbol, do you not agree?
In accordance with the will of the elementals, we have embraced a life of peace. Alas, our neighbors have not always sought the same for themselves, nor for us. Though we Gridanians have no love for war, we have still less for those who would threaten our way of life. Ever have we fought to protect the sanctity of the Twelveswood. When the Garlean Empire brought its war of conquest to Eorzea, we rallied under the noble standard of the Twin Adder that we might push back the encroaching darkness. And it was we who prepared the ground for the reformation of the Eorzean Alliance, that all the peoples of this realm might stand united against the common threat. Years ago, the Alliance met the armies of the Empire upon the fields of Cartano. It would prove the bloodiest battle in recent memory. Countless Gridanian lives were lost. As Supreme Commander of the Order of the Twin Adder, ever shall I bear the weight of our people's sacrifice. Alas,
Their loss was not the only tragedy to befall us that day, for soon came the calamity. The scars borne by our forest are a constant reminder of its violence. Our lives have been irrevocably changed, each waking hour a struggle to survive. Driven to desperation, some among us have strayed from the path of righteousness, resorting to banditry, poaching, and other unconscionable deeds. To compound our woes, the Ixal have returned in force, emboldened by our suffering. They test our defenses nigh without cease, and prey upon the vulnerable. So beleaguered from within and without, it is of little wonder that our unity now falters. Dark times are upon us.
Time was a man could walk
pox
the
on the
high
bloody
roads
Ixal.
without fear.
On this day, 5 years ago, countless Eorzeans laid down their lives that we might behold another dawn. Please join with me in honoring their memory.
And how do you propose to honor the memory of those you cannot remember, pray tell?
The destruction wrought by the calamity was indiscriminate. It dealt death to Eorzean and Garlean alike. Yet while we have labored to rebuild our homes, to rebuild our lives, the Empire has set about raising steel fortresses here in the Twelveswood. Let none be mistaken. The Garleans remain the greatest threat to our survival. If we are to stand against them, we must remember what it is to be united. Our many troubles blind us to the woes of our fellow man. Thence is harmony lost. Yet harmony is the founding principle of Gridania. We are gathered here to honor the fallen. Let them be honored not only in word and thought, but through concerted action. I bid you join hands with me once more beneath the Twin Adder's standard. And together, let us heal the forest's wounds, that our progeny might live in harmony beneath these ancient boughs. For serenity, purity, and sanctity. We must think of the children!
Woods will be done.
It's up to us to protect the forest.
All the elementals!
Good speech, good speech.
If you'll permit me, Alfie No,
Okay, Albino.
and my sister, Alize, at your service. I saw at a glance that you were a fellow traveler. You might call us students of history, sampling the realm's remembrances in pursuit of enlightenment.
No, don't stop there. Keep talking, keep talking. The Ghanaians are unfortunate enough to have to contend to two beast tribes. Ixo are unquestionably more troublesome. Being of a naturally warlike disposition, and want to summon the bloodthirsty primal Buddha. sales-fi contracts are peaceful in nature, being mischievous rather than malevolent. Wow. And have long been on friendly terms with the Gridanians, until recently at least. Unless they have grown aloof, a change observed at roughly the time they summoned their primal Brahma. The Gridanians have no love for war. They consider open conflict a last resort. Though they clash with the Exile ever more regularly, you may be assured that they do so in self-defense. To the Sylphs, they are as yet bound by peace treaty. Though one wonders how long it will be before it is broken. Twellswood was previously wounded during the calamity, leaving Gridania vulnerable to attack. People hopeful that restoring the wood, thereby the power of the elementals, will put an end to their woes. Yet, how long would that take? Centuries, I wager. Meanwhile, the Exile will continue their incursion, spurred on by Garuda and her insatiable appetite for destruction. Whether Gridanians like it or not, sooner or later it will come to an all-out war. And when it does, the Order of the Twin Adder will need all the help it can muster. How valuable might the aid of a capable adventurer prove to them then? Well, perhaps we will find out, if the Elder Sitzir's words fell on fertile ground. One down, two to go. Holder's next. Let's go. Alright, so this place is where now? Hussing strips. Oh, I see, okay. The chamber rule, I think it was. Yeah, still got it. More cutscenes.
Behold, 'tis the Sultana Nanama herself!
And Roban as well!
Hark you, souls of flame, drawn to the bosom of the desert, where the fire burns brightest and shall rage forevermore! Hurrah! Rauban! Where since antiquity, under the sage and judicious rule of the Ul dynasty, we have wrought sand into gold. Where by the grace and glory of Naldar have our brave sons and daughters flourished and prospered. I speak of Ul'dah!
There, at the Flame General's back flies the Grand Company's standard. Note the sigil. The golden scales of order balance the jewel of prosperity with the flame of might.
Great and many are the gifts our nation has given the realm. In Eorzea's darkest hour, on the killing fields of Cartano, none spent more in blood and gold than we. Thus was the 7th Imperial Legion laid low.
So that's how it happened. How soon history forgets.
Yet many left our gates, never to return. Let us pray for our absent brothers and sisters, that they might know happiness in the great beyond, as Thal's honored guests.
Thal's balls.
If the fates were fair, the price we paid that day would have bought us victory. Alas, they are not. And now, but 5 years into this 7th Umbral era, the spirit of sacrifice which granted us our strength is all but dead. Look around you. What do you see? A people divided, downtrodden, and enthralled. Where are the merciful alms of the rich? Where is the just steel of the righteous? I ask you, is this the great nation our brothers and sisters gave their lives to save? You who call this living, dishonor the name of the immortal flames. It is but a slow death. Our enemies surround us. The savage hordes of the Amalja wait beside our roads, strangling the lifelines of trade. Meanwhile, the Garleans make mock of our borders and despoil our land of its natural wealth. We stand on a precipice, yet we do not act. Whether trader or soldier, monetarist or royalist, all must recognize that a divided Uldar stands to fall. Victory and fortune walk hand in hand. Ye who seek glory and wealth, look not to what little you can snatch from your neighbor, but to the boundless wealth of the world beyond. Now is the time to unite. Now is the time to ride forth. In the name of the Sultana, I beseech you. Line not your own coffers, but those of the immortal flames. Seek not to prosper from Uldar, but to restore her to prosperity. As the realm prospers, so shall Uldar. As Uldar prospers, so shall her people.
Ya for Uldar!
Together we are one.
Your Grace.
Raoban? People of Uldar, I, Nanimo, 17th in the line of Ul, address you. Much has been made of the wealth of Uldar. Yet those who measure that wealth in coins and carats are gravely deceived. For the true wealth of Uldar lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people. Beloved subjects, I bid you raise aloft the torch of Uldar, that her flames might serve as a beacon for all Eorzea to see.
Long live Nanamo!
Glory to the Sultana!
For victory and fortune, stride fearless into the inferno, for we are, by fire, reborn!
Isn't that Phoenix?
Forsooth!
The time is now!
I believe!
Fancy meeting you again.
I could say the same. Oh no, dialogue left. You suck! The Uldans have a long... Oh, shoot. shoot. I forgot that that had auto text. Judging by your look of distaste, I take you have encountered them. The Uldans do not shy from confrontation. If aught threatens their precious prosperity, they will seek to crush it. So they have dealt with Ifrit thus far, smothering his flames each time he is stoked to life. Yet he is but one of several problems. Though they have been quiet these past 5 years, the Guardians have not gone away. Meanwhile, refugees continue to arrive in droves, and Ulda has no clear policy on how to deal with them. After all, not even the Sultan's coffers are bottomless, and even assuming they had the coin, resources will ever be finite. Which brings me back to the subject of Ifrit. It has been observed that the Amalja are summoning him with ever-increasing frequency. Every time they do so, the Uldans send their forces to smite the Primal, and though they invariably succeed, each victory is brought with blood. It is a war of attrition, which they cannot well sustain. Small wonder then the Immortal Flames are eager to recruit more members. At such a desperate hour, an adventure of your experience would be a most welcome addition to the ranks. Okay, last but not least, Limsa Luminsa. Go faster. Thank you. Let's see. I have to go this way. Your twin attending remembrance service. Be quick. The Admiral is due to give her address at any moment. Yes. Let's go to the stateroom.
The Garleans are another matter altogether.
So much for our alliance.
It's sunk beyond the seabed.
Brothers and sisters of the sea, hearken unto me. Look upon this, our mighty crimson standard, and tell me your hearts do not swell with pride. "700 summers have come and gone since our forefathers first ran aground in this fertile bay. In that time, guided by the Mother of Oceans, Limsa Lominsa has grown from humble fishing village to uncontested ruler of the 5 seas and beyond.
Did you look as the Admiral bid you? It is a rather stirring standard, I must say. The crimson field is meant to signify the blood of fallen crewmates, while the black longship represents a pirate vessel.
When the Garlean Empire marched upon Eorzea, we assembled beneath the Maelstrom standard, and our grand company was reborn. All answered the call, from the Knights of the Barracuda to Hilthier's bloody executioners, and together we met our would-be conquerors upon the field of Cartano. That day, the world bore witness to the united strength of Limsa Lominsa. I swear to you no army ever fought harder or with more courage, yet many of ours did not survive. Join me now in remembering those who fought in the name of freedom and fell. May their souls be returned to the sea.
Freedom. Yes, they have always been rather fond of their freedom. Much as the beast tribes have. Small wonder. Beneath the surface, one would struggle to tell them apart.
It has been 5 long years since the calamity struck. 5 long years of tireless rebuilding. Yet still the wounds of the calamity fester and weep. But when I stand atop the mizzenmast and gaze out upon our battered and broken vessel, I see an undying spirit. Did we not build all this from the wreck of the Galadian all those centuries ago? Shall we not do so again? Yet there are those who would see this ship of ours sink beneath the waves of the restless Rotano. The Sahagin creep ashore seeking blood for their accursed god.
Those fishbuck
The Sahagin
bastards!
have risen?
While the mines of Ogomoro spew forth kobolds who push ever south, despoiling our lands as they go. These savage beast tribes will be the first waves to crash against our creaking hull. And behind them swells the grim tide of the Garlean Empire. Even now the curs fly their flags within our borders. Doubt not, but that they will be upon us ere long. We are well nigh surrounded, yet there are those among us who would rather turn their swords against their crewmates than our cannons against our foes. How can we hope to repel our many enemies when mutiny breeds below deck? There is but one course left to us. One bearing that will bring us victory over the beast hordes and the Empire both, and see this ship safe to port. We must mend the rift the calamity has reopened twixt pirate and maelstrom, and stand fast with our adventurer brothers against the coming tempest. Mark ye well. A crew without unity is no crew at all. 'Tis but a mass of drowned men. To me, then, brothers and sisters of the sea, gather beneath the undying crimson standard and pledge me your strength, your skill, your wisdom. And with the guidance of the navigator, this great vessel of ours shall ride the waves till sea swallows all.
Long live the Admiral!
Admiral Melvin!
Gather the lads!
Oh, where's me cutlass?
I'll follow ye to the 7 hells, Admiral!
Where's my cutlass?
Fancy meeting you again.
More dialogue. As the Admiral mentioned in her address, Limsa Lominsa is plagued by 2 beast tribes. The first are the fish-like Sahagin, worshippers of the primal Leviathan. And the second are the kobolds, who dwell beneath the earth and take the primal Titan for their god. As if the beast tribe's presence weren't troublesome enough, the Guardians have also chosen to erect a fortress right in the Lominsa's backyard. And that is to say enough of internal strife. As a nation of pirates, there is no end to the blood feuds between various factions. And while they fight among themselves, the Guardians whet their blades and watch. If the Luminses are to have any hope of withstanding the Empire, they must first resolve their own affairs. Differences must be set aside, and the primal threat dealt with once and for all. To this end, I expect that they will soon take decisive decision against the Beast Tribe. Mark my words, the Maelstrom Standard will be drenched in a deeper shade of crimson ere long. That a capable adventurer like you would be a valuable addition to the crew is beyond question. You keep spitting out the same thing, and then you leave. Miyuki, this is Minfilia. You are well, I hope. Would I be correct in thinking that the final remembrance service is now concluded? A moment ago, you say? What a coincidence! Testing aside, I trust you remember our guests from the Grand Companies? Well, delighted as though we are to have them here in the Waking Sands, it would not do to keep them in suspense any longer than necessary. In short, hurry back! Yeah, I gotta make it back again. To where? To the Waking Sands. Pray return back to the Waking Sands. Pray return back to the Waking Sands. Alright. Alright, folks. So I'm gonna finish this quest. And then after this, we're gonna cut it right there. And then resume back again tomorrow. First, a word from who? Minfilia. In the Waking Sense. Back to the Solar. Alright. Welcome back, Miyuki. Were the Grand Company leader's words as illuminating as you had hoped? Aye, each nation is beset with problems. I trust you see now why your services are in such demand. Would that there be more of you, Miyuki. But you must be tired from your journey. Why don't you rest a while and take a moment to reflect on your decision? Once your mind is made up, pray give the Grand Company officers your answer.
The gods only know what grand company our adventurer friend will keep. The wheels of change are in motion regardless.
Brother, are you certain this course is best?
Whatever do you mean, dear sister?
The so-called remembrance ceremonies were little more than standard waving rallies. As though the Calamity and Seventh Umbral Era warranted scarcely a mention.
Well, of course they were standard waving rallies. Since you are so observant, mayhap you noticed what mention was made of the Warriors of Light? None. I suppose they must have forgotten the heroes who spared Eorzea a fate worse than the Calamity? No, dear Alize, they haven't forgotten these details. They have elected to omit them. Deep are the wounds the calamity inflicted upon Eorzea. So deep, in fact, that the realm still bleeds. Needless to say, the beast tribes and their primals do little to alleviate the pain. So, the task of salving Eorzea's wounds falls to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, with a little help from our friends, the Grand Companies. Remembrance will yield no remedy. If our world is to heal, we must put the horrors of the calamity behind us.
Our grandfather would never entrust the fate of the realm to despots who rewrite history to their convenience. There must be another way to cure what ails this world, and I mean to find it.
You are most welcome to try. Our paths may differ, but our destination is the same. In time, I dare say we will see eye to eye.
I should hope so.
My lady!
We are to escort you!
Hope does not come into it. We share the burden of this fate, dear sister, and will prevail together or not at all. The salve will serve not only to close up our present wounds, but prevent old ones from opening anew.
It's funny watching this over again. After actually doing all the quests up to Shadowbringers being up to date, this is an interesting take. Definitely reading more into what they say at the beginning. Now that I know more, it's rather interesting. I'm gonna leave it here for part 2, and then I shall resume back again tomorrow. So for now, thank you for joining me. If you have joined the stream, I shall be uploading I shall be adding Aromaborn Part 2, Part 1, maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow, and then Aromaborn Part 2 of the continuation of that series, which is this one, also into YouTube. So we shall continue with the new game plus. But I'm tired. I'm done for the night. Thank you for joining, and if you like this, like and subscribe, and